Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here, greetings boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day filled with hope and promise and terror and violence for many. But welcome to life on planet Earth. As a real quick aside on the whole violence and sort of thing, this morning I took a bowl that I forgot to take down last night down to the sink in the kitchen, and I put it in the sink, and during the night this wolf spider about this big around inside of our sink had made a big old web. And so when I put down this one plate, it went wah, and it panicked and it ran underneath a plate. So I picked up everything out of there, realized how big the web was, went, oh no, I'm so sorry. I felt bad tearing up its web, but we need to use the sink. So I got something and I picked it up out of the sink and then I put it outside. Now it's a wolf spider. I don't know. A lot of wolf spiders require buildings and such. They're evolved, several species of them, not all spiders of course, but several species of wolf spider and such have evolved over time to be house spiders. They can't live outside. They need houses and people. I don't know if this was that kind of wolf spider because it was inside. So hopefully I didn't just kill it by throwing it out, but it can't live in the sink. We need to use the sink. But anyway, past that, the Shelton, Washington weather, plague, rat, and, well, I just told you the spider report. The thumbs up on that. But for the weather, it's going to be a scorcher. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so hot yesterday. Oh, I've got a full story on that one. But it was a sunny day all day yesterday. In fact, I stayed in, except for a few times go outside and like water the plants and check the mail, stuff like that. But when I went outside, it was like a physical force, like a hammer, slow motion sledgehammer, wham, instead of just going whack and then you fall to the ground and you're screaming because someone hit you with a sledgehammer. Slow motion, it hits you, bang, and then spends the rest of the day expending the rest of the force, slowly striking you. That's what the sun was. It was like, oh my Lord God. Reminded me of California when we went to Disneyland back in like 2008. You walked outside. It was a physical force. The heat and the sun. Good Lord. But sunny outside. Well, I mean, it's sunny-ish. It's sunny like in downtown Shelton and northern Shelton. I'm in southern Shelton. There's hills and mountains, so the sun is still behind stuff. There's still reflecting off things and around, so there's light, but, you know, it's still shadowy where I live. Thumbs up for that. So I've still got some doors and windows open and fans going to get the cool air circulating. Then I got to shut everything down so it stays cool-ish inside the house. And of course, the plague rat report, which ties into something else as well. But first, I will just go with the plague rat report. I went into Safeway last night. Everybody's wearing masks, but so many people just cover the mouth, breathing out their nose, uncovered. It's like, good Lord. Just don't even bother if you're gonna do that. And especially since a month and a half ago, we had like 33, 34 cases in Mason County, Washington State, United States of America, Northern American continent, Western Hemisphere, etc., etc. Where was I going with this? There were like 33, 34 cases. Like last week or so, there were 75. And this week, there's 130 some odd. So this is... It's burning hard and burning fast, even in the area I live in. Sure, 130 some odd ain't much, but oy vey. So I sure wish people would take this seriously, because I don't want to have to deal with this personally. I don't want to roll those percentile dice and see if they come up less than 2%. I'm not ready to kick off yet, so. But then, as I was saying, tying into, because of the heat, and such. And it had been a while. If you take a look, I talked about how I was all scruffy. I couldn't do all this stuff because I couldn't, go walkies because of the heat. I went and showered instead. And it took a long time. And in fact, while I was shaving my beard, I realized that my beard trimmer was starting to go, and I needed to charge it because it's battery powered and it doesn't charge while you use it. So I plugged it in, came up here, watched videos for an hour, and then went back downstairs and finished. And so my hair is cut, my beard is trimmed, I'm all scoured with chemicals. I took my shower gloves and exfoliated with those things. Because they're like sandpaper gloves. They're rough, not fiber, but, fiber. But it's some sort of weird polyvinyl string that makes up the main material of the glove, and so it's very abrasive, and so you just rub it all over your skin. And I scour myself from the top of I don't do my hair with these things, but from here down to my toenails, I scour myself with the sandpaper gloves. So yeah, finally got that done. And then after sitting around up here for like an hour afterward, I look down, because down is where I keep my carbonated beverages, and I realize I don't have any sodas for today. So at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm out there walking anyway, going on walkies. I didn't go up and make the loop into southern Shelton and then down and around. No. If I don't want to inflame the nerves of my legs, I just run from my house in southern Shelton to downtown Shelton, and then I'll loop around a little bit in town, but I'm not going to really push it. And so, yeah, it was like an almost straight shot, except I walked on the railroad tracks. I really like doing that. One stupid thing I've been doing is I am a man-child. I'm very impulsive, my ADHD and all this, and so I walk on the rails, or I try to, because of my balance and all. And plus, the rails, even though they're set on the ties, they're roughly level. The surface of the rail might be this way, and so you're not just trying to balance on the rail, you're trying to balance on the rail with the surface at an incline. And so sometimes I'm able to hop up on the rails and walk like only 2 or 3 steps before I'm down again. And then there's times where I can get like 30 feet walking on the rail, balancing myself as I'm zooming along. So that's cool. I've been thinking of taking the camera out and showing everyone how well I can balance. So we shall see on that. But yeah, so I did that and then made it to the store where I was horrified by other people, but did what I could and then came back as best as and quick as I can. Thumbs up on that. Now I do have a fair amount of things written down on my list here, but they're not really good things. So one of them is like, for some reason I started thinking, oh yeah, I remembered what I'd written down. It says the Romani for some reason. The Romani people. And so I was thinking of that story and people making fun of, because Stephen King as Richard Bachman wrote the novel Thinner, and people have made fun of that. Like I think it was a Family Guy episode where some old Romani fellow, after a slight, had like touched one popular singer and went thicker. So for whatever reason, I was definitely thinking on that, I can't remember fully how to pronounce her name, and I'm sorry about that, but, I haven't been up all that long, but, Nicki Minaj, it's the Minaj part, is that right? I don't listen to a lot of current music, so I forgot how to pronounce things, but, she's definitely been touched by the thicker Romani fellow. Anyway, though, oh yes, before I go on to my clown motel and work on that story, because I have been working on it, one thing that I have been, there's this one fellow, I talk about him a lot, Bo the Fifth Column. He's a guy who's worked in security. He's got his finger on the pulse of a lot of what's going on in the world with stuff like security and the people that are involved in it and such like that. He's been doing a lot of stuff about the current escalation of everything that's happening and how we have to work real hard not to get this escalated up into full firefight and burning cities parts. And it makes sense when you look at it this way. Because what happens in an area where it goes into full-fledged firefight? When you have the protesters and insurgents, and then you've got the rest of the populace. Why is it so hard to fight against that? Because these people take off their uniforms and blend in. So instead of this and this, you've got this. And that is hard to fight against. Now, if open battles come in the United States, and yeah, it's being pushed for by the side of government, who out there is going to become a figurehead for the whole thing, and who out there can't take off their uniforms? Unless you're lily white, if things get really, really bad, you can't take off your skin to blend in. You'll always be that target. And if it takes 6 to 8 years to pacify an area. And black people are already a target now. So for 6 to 8 years of them being a huge focus of aggression and unable to take off the uniform, that's not good. And as he points out, and it's true, the good guys don't always win. And in this case, the bad guys are extremely well armed. So that's as far as I'm going to go with politics. Just it ain't good. It ain't good. So one thing he was saying is like, for the decision to stand down or take it up a level, the decision to be made is not for anyone whose skin that looks like mine, because I can blend in. The decision has to be left up to those who can't take off their uniform. But with my clown motel and work on the story, I've been working on that, the first sort of introduction, and I'm not sure, because I was thinking about this one. It's a slow burn type of introductory story, where you're introduced to the motel and the people and the situation, because like a couple walks in and immediately the guy behind the counter just starts going, I didn't hear your car come rolling up. You must have had car problems. It's happened before. And then nothing really goes on in the story aside from him just saying, yeah, you're stuck here, cell phones don't work, satellite stuff doesn't work. But hey, it's not like we're cut off. Copper, fiber optics, Wi-Fi, stuff like that doesn't work. But you need to make a phone call, slide your credit card through here and then call everybody around the world you need to. We're not cut off. We just don't have cell phone coverage and stuff like that, because the towers that they put up inside of the valley just don't work. So there's no coverage. And advanced cars like we have today, well, their computer parts tend to burn out as they go driving along. Unfortunate. And it's only as the clown fellow is toward the end saying, well, I'm feeling bad for you. Here, why don't you have this? Just reaches down behind the counter, and then when he comes up, he's got a 6-pack of ice cold beer that he hands on over and just says, you know what? This would have normally been about $40 on the room charge, but I'm feeling bad for you too. Here you go. But he just reaches down. He doesn't really grab anything. It's just emotion, but he comes up with the beer, and he is feeling good. Because while he's talking to the fellow, he opens up one of his third eyes, takes a scan around the valley. He's been feeling an itch. Discovers that about 125 miles away, one of the companies has put in a cell tower just on the other side of the valley. they've given up trying to put them inside, but they want to get cell coverage, so they put it just outside. And it's like, well, you know, that's got to stop. So with not much more thought than that, the whole cell tower explodes, fries and kills the 2 workers who just put it in there, explodes their truck, and then the resulting fireball arches out and short circuits the nervous system of every living thing above an insect within a 300-meter radius. And he's just going, yeah, that should do the trick. Sorry, Mac. Sorry, Dave. You're good guys, but they can't be putting the towers there. And that's just as he finishes handing it over and saying, I'm feeling sorry for you too. So just in mid-sentence, he fries a tower 125 miles away just to make sure that the cell towers don't work. There's an anomaly that they can't figure out why this stuff don't work. He's the anomaly. And that's how the story ends. He ends up going, gosh, I sure hope those 2 can get their car fixed. Nice couple. Hope they can make it out of the valley. Story ends. You don't hear from those 2 anymore, so in canon, yeah, they make it out. They're fine. But then the rest of the stories are going onward from there. Like I said, I'm not sure because it could be too much of a slow burn. But now I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm thanking you for having left one. With my memory, even though I count in American Sign Language, oy vey, I get lost so easily, and even though if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. So let me call out my Chrome. And we have Aaron S. And I'm glad that you are getting better. And Freddie Bergman, thank you very, very much. Lee Donovan, 42, thank you so very, very much. And 444 Leah, but the 4s have accents on them. So thank you very much. And then we have Jackal Maine, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kisscat, always good to see you. Blues Guy, thumbs up. Show Sprite, greatly appreciated. Steph Rudy, thumbs up and thank you. Willisar, I like the name. Fergus, thumbs up. Kachui, I like the name. Russian Timing, always good to see you in the comments. And no, it was ideal. Thank you very much. Made in Canada, thumbs up, and I hope to answer your question someday soon in the comments. Or, I mean, in a video. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up. Flora Mew, I sure hope that you watch these because I want to answer your questions. I'm just so far behind. I'm going to get to you, if not in text, here in a video. And then Big Frogums, thumbs up and thank you. And El Weir, thumbs up. Gaming Town, greatly appreciated. Bullock Glizzy God, sure hope I pronounced that properly. Fargron, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Gary Ihano Marker, sure hope I'm close. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. And Colin Reisnauer, good to see you in the comments. Thank you all so very, very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated. When you're depressed, you need some other thoughts to get you out of the echo chamber of your own skull. Definitely a good thing. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you'd like to help me out without sending money to one of those 2 places, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be cool. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I also have an Amazon wishlist link as well, with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food. If you could check that out, that would be awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I have this video here. I have a video that I need to record and then edit and render, so thumbs up for that. My videos have not been performing extremely well, so I guess I'm being buried or things are just back to normal. So life is life. Thank you for watching to the very end. It is appreciated, those 1 or 2 of you that have. Thumbs up on that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing, definitely. So, practice your social distancing, practice your self-care, keep protesting justice for everyone that these riotous, murderous cops keep killing. Be safe, and I will see you, my friend.